Hello, welcome back to my Tektopia playthrough. I am Party, and I've made some progress in between episodes. So, if we come down here, I've cleared out a massive area. This took me a very long time, because I'm still only using iron tools. I have one diamond up there, and this diamond pickaxe, but I didn't want to waste it just clearing out an area, so it took me hours and like over a stack of iron, but it's done. And we're gonna get our first buildings in here. So I know I didn't really get into the villager stuff last video, but this video we will be putting our first few buildings up. We'll watch some of the villagers get to work, and we'll see, yeah. So I have this whole area planned out in a creative world, but it's a lot easier to build in creative. I struggle to build anything in survival if I haven't built it in creative first, and so yeah, I'll just copy it across into this world and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll get onto that, maybe show you a time lapse of that, though I don't have a second account, so that might be a bit janky. But yeah, I'll do the basics and then we can do some of the more detailed stuff together. Okay, I got the floor and the first base wall in, and I think I'm quite happy with it. Obviously there'll be lighting and detailing later on, but we'll do that as I build the rooms. This is just the basic structure, and I think I quite like the pattern. I don't think it stands out too much. In my test world it was just all stone brick so that I could use a /fill command, because yeah, I couldn't be bothered placing it all by hand, which yeah, that took a while, so I'm glad I did that in my creative. But yeah, I'll start doing the other ones. I don't think it looks too different from what I envisioned, and yeah, I actually quite like it. So I'll go ahead and do this 3 more times, and then we'll see where we turn out. 2 down, 2 to go. I don't think I need to explain what happened here. I think you can probably guess. It was bound to happen. Anyway, that's 3 down, and just this one. So I need to move all those chests. I probably could have found a better place to put them in the first place, but one more, and then the roof, and then the buildings, and then the detailing, and then the lighting, and we need to go to the nether to get the lighting, and then okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I've just finished up the walls, and it is definitely very dark, but I want to get this floor in here. There's going to be one floor and up here, and then another one down there. So I want to get this one in first, but some of that will require lighting, so I need to go to the nether. So I'll go set up a portal, and I'll see you in the nether. Okay, here we go. I always go into the nether naked and empty-handed, because you never know what the spawns are. I've lost my stuff just by basically walking in, being shot by a ghast and falling into a lava lake before, so yeah, I've learned. I go in mostly naked every time, and hopefully it's not too bad. This is taking a while. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. It's alright. We're surrounded by soul sand, but that's fine. I've got some glowstone low down over there, which is what I need. So I'll go grab my pickaxe to grab some of that and come back through. Okay, so now we need to start decorating this place, and I've got it built out in creative, which I've said already, but that means I need to keep switching back and forth, so this may take a while. I'll update you with all the progress we make, maybe do some of it on camera if I think I can remember what it actually looks like. So I'll quickly go look at that. Is he holding a sword or a shovel? Anyway, I'll quickly go look at that and then bring you back so that we can build this thing together. Alright, so I've got the platform in place. I'm gonna detail this up a bit. And I'll add some of the chests, because this is going to end up being the storage room for the villagers. Of course I have no wood with me, so I'll need to go get some. I'll add the lighting in, turn this into the proper gate that it's supposed to be, and then I'll start work on down there. But yeah, I'll walk you through the detailing, and hopefully I get the lighting right and none of this is spawnable, because obviously this is for our villagers, and that won't be very good. What I do remember is there's a creeper face design in the floor here to stop it from being spawnable, I think, if I remember correctly. I can't remember how I did it though, actually, so I'll have to leave it for now. But yeah, oh, was it like this? No. Anyway, I'll be back and we can detail this together. Just noticed that block. But yeah, I'll get some wood, get some stone, all that sort of stuff, so that we can start detailing this up. I think it's supposed to have glass in the middle, but I can't really be bothered with that. I don't have everything I need, so yeah, we'll just do the basics for now, so that we can actually get started on our village. Because we still haven't actually explored Tektopia's mod. Okay, this is the creeper face design I was talking about. But it's supposed to be moved back one block. I just checked, and yeah, it's in the wrong spot, and then it goes on all four sides. I'm gonna extend this after I put in the chests, and yeah, I'll make sure all the lighting's right. The reason for this, by the way, is that these two blocks here, this one and this one, are spawnable with the light levels that I'm using, and so when these are in the right spot, I'm fairly sure stairs are non-spawnable blocks, and so this will stop any mob spawning, because obviously we don't want zombies eating the faces off of our villagers. So I'll grab myself some chests, and yeah. Okay, so we do need a fair number of chests in this room. So there's these around the outside, and then there's also going to be a ring of them in the middle. But as well as that, we also need crafting tables, we need furnaces, I think. And so, yeah, it's quite a busy room. And a lot of stuff goes in this room, which is why I wanted the four-sided design. Because you can have people coming in from this way, from this way, from this way. And so, if there's only one doorway, it gets a bit cluttered. But with this design, when these all lead somewhere, it'll be a lot more accessible for the villagers. And then I think there's a 5x5 area of slabs in the middle. Yeah, I thought so. It's 3 blocks. For some reason I keep getting these Tektopia things every time I sign in, which is a bit irritating, these books here. And so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. And this will look a lot better in the future. There'll be like a design here, but just for now, we'll do it like this. And of course we're going to be chests short. I thought I got plenty of wood, but let me go gather. Actually, I can use these ones probably, possibly, probably not. Grab these ones, but I still need a few more. But yeah, let me gather some wood and I'll be back once all the chests are in. Okay, so I've put in these gateways in from each direction. I've put in a temporary door so that we can mark this as the build. That'll get moved later on, obviously, when we push this pathway out a bit. I've put in the crafting tables, furnaces, chests, that sort of stuff. But I made some mistakes when I was building this in Creative. I built it in 1.15, and I forgot that doing this blocks the light level. That's one mistake I made. And so I need to put glass panes or iron bars in front of that now. The other thing I forgot about is that there's no stone brick walls. And so there's a design in the center and then again around the edges, which is actually, it uses a lot of stone brick wall. And so I don't know whether I should just change the in-game texture of cobblestone to stone brick for the walls, or whether I should just try and make it work. I also have just noticed that we don't actually have a roof yet, but I'll put that in. So yeah, let me know what you think about glass or iron bars, and also whether I should change the textures. Here's the design, by the way. It's supposed to stop mobs from spawning because of the light level, which obviously isn't a problem with these torches in, but it is once they get gotten rid of. So I'll continue, and then I'll add the next couple of floors in this area, because obviously this isn't the whole reason this room exists. There's more. Can I not place there? There we go. So obviously I need to fill in this area, put a roof on it, and yeah, I'll get back once I've done the roof, and then I'll show you my ideas for down there. Okay, so I've made a lot of progress off camera, and now I'm ready to put the first build markers in. So yeah, this is going to end up being our storage room, and I put this temporary door here so we can do the marker, but that'll get changed when we build off in this direction. I grabbed a horse when I was out looking for the leather to make those build markers, which took a surprisingly long time. There are no cows anywhere near the base. I've made this farm down here so that it's nice and close to the storage system, so they'll be taking food back and forth between. It's got all 4 types of crops that the villagers will manage. So there's beetroot, there's wheat, I think, and then there's carrots and potatoes, whichever one's which. And then if we come down here, I've got the trading area, not the trading area, the town hall. And so this is all lit up and prepared. I'll probably add a couple of chests down here to keep track of my emeralds. That was only temporary, because this is where I'm going to mark the building. Some limitations of this mod is that you need a door to mark the builds, which is inconvenient for a build like this. So I just hid away this door. No one's going to find it. If there's no real reason to come around here. I might end up blocking that off or something. But yeah, so this is the town hall. Upstairs I've got a farm and the storage room. So yeah, I'm gonna build the build markers and show you guys how to put that in, how this all works. So what you need is you need a pickaxe, a hoe, a sword, and an axe, all around a diamond in any configuration. It doesn't even need to be around a diamond, it's just those 4 things. And that gives you the town hall marker. So now that I've got this, I'll run back down here and put this, not this one, put this in the door frame. There. Cool, so that means that it's activated. You can put it either side or above the door, so any of these 3 blocks would work. And now, yeah, we have our first villagers, even though they're not really villagers. But this guy will give us our trades, and this guy will give us our buildings. We also start off with this chest that spawns in this room, and this will give us just some stuff to get started with. So we'll need this to put on the storage room, and then these for our first 2 villagers. These 2 guys will just wander around in here forever. You can give them chairs and stuff to sit in, but they don't really mean anything to the village. That's just who you trade with. So now if I come over here and turn this into my storage room, the villagers will now recognize these chests and put all of their produce in them. Produce? Whatever they get from farming and cutting trees and stuff. So I'm gonna go sleep, and then hopefully in the morning we'll get 2 new villagers. Okay, now that we've put the town hall marker in place, we're gonna get that world border hologram thing at the edges of our village, and the corners are where the wandering trader and the nomads will spawn, and so I'm just going to go out to all the corners of the village to make sure they're all spawnable areas, because if none of them work, or if some of them don't work, then you'll end up with nomads and merchants not spawning, and they're very essential to the village. So this one, they'll be fine. They'll spawn in here and wander towards the village. And if we go to the other corner, I assume that one will be fine as well. But it's the 2 that are in the mountains that I'm worried about. So I'll find the other 2 and see if they're all spawnable. Okay, this one's fine too. I thought it would be in the mountains and they'd have a bit of trouble, but they're all just outside. I didn't realize how thin a sliver of mountains this was, but it's basically just a long line of not very wide mountains, and this is normal generation, by the way. It's not an amplified world or anything like that. It's just strange generation for a normal seed. I have gone with larger biomes, because yeah, it's more convenient when building a village for it to all be part of the same biome. Or at least that was my reasoning. It ended up not being that way for my village, but going into it I thought that would be helpful. And so yeah, this is... hopefully they should all spawn. I didn't see any of the nomads or stuff when I was out there, so maybe they're already in the village or still making their way over. But we'll come down here and see if we can get our first 2 villagers in the village. They generally hang around the door of the village until you have some villagers and until there's like points of interest for them. So here we go. We have our villagers, or our nomads. I'm going to break that and try and push them apart, which, there we go. So this guy's a good lumberjack, but he's not particularly smart. This guy's a good druid with 19 intelligence. And this guy's a smart lumberjack. Okay. So, it's probably a good time to go over all of these statistics. Your villagers all have a skill level, which they get from working in that profession, and also, over time, they'll increase in skill level. Then they have an intelligence score, which is basically how quickly they'll skill up, and also this is basically a soft cap for how skillful they're going to be. So she'll level up quite quickly until level 27, but leveling beyond that is going to be very difficult. Then they have the happiness, which affects how quickly they do all their jobs and stuff, which is what the skill does as well. But the happiness affects how they do their jobs and how happy they are. There's a few things that influence it. So the food they eat and the doing their jobs and the rain and going to the tavern at night will make them happier, and there's a whole bunch of things. Then there's hunger and health, which are both fairly self-explanatory. So I will give this... Oh, and there's a guard there as well. And a cleric? How many do we have on this first day? Hang on. I'll try and separate them out again, because I want to find the ones that are good at lumberjacking. Once you get a few more points of interest within the village, they won't all clump up like this, because they'll wander around the village talking to all the villagers, and so this should become less of a problem. And you can see here's the merchant, who comes at the same time of day. This is quite inconvenient, actually. I want to get the smart one for my lumberjack. Okay, well I think this guy was the second smartest. He's the druid, but that doesn't really matter. I'll give him the farming token. There we go. He's now a farmer. He'll go off and hopefully tend the farms. I'm not sure if he'll recognize them, but it looks like he is, so that's good. Now if I can separate out the lumberjack, that would be very, very nice. Here we go. Okay. Boom. That's our lumberjack. So she starts off with a wooden tool and some saplings, and she will hopefully go and get started on her job. I'm gonna go try and find the farmer to see if he starts off with anything. And what? Okay, he's looking for food or potatoes. Yeah, he's doing his job. So because his skill level is only level 1, he's going to take a very long time to pick up those beetroots, and he has a high level of destroying the farmland, which he didn't do this time, but okay, these guys are all leaving now. But yeah, so he has a high level of destroying the farmland, but currently, because no crops are fully grown, he's not going to do anything. He should theoretically plant those seeds, but I'm not sure what he's doing, so that may or may not happen. But he'll skill up just by doing his job. He'll skill up... Oh, actually, his intelligence will increase when we get a library. Until then, he's just gonna stand here, doing nothing. Okay, I'll go find the lumberjack. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. It's just turned to night time, and they need a bed. Okay, I'm gonna make a temporary home for them. I haven't cleared out an area or anything. I'm just gonna grab some stone and block off an area, put some beds down, and they can sleep there until I get more permanent homes sorted out. Do I have a door? I don't. Okay. Throw down the door. There we go. And make an item frame. And now if I come down to this chest, it's given me the home token for my first house. There we go. And so I'll go slap this on upstairs, and yeah. That's another thing that will influence their happiness, by the way, whether they sleep or not. And so if I just let them roam around throughout the night, they won't be particularly happy about it. Yeah, so I'll try and make them some beds. I think I have some more wool at the house. Okay, so this is a home too. That means you can only have 2 beds in it that will be registered. And these should change colour, I think, hopefully. There we go. So it can only have 2 beds. If I were to add a 3rd bed in here, the villagers wouldn't sleep in it. And they've just changed colour. So the yellow bed means that it's an unoccupied villager bed, and a green means that it's been occupied. No. No, 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 no. Run. Okay, so, yeah. When they take damage, it'll show up in chat like this. And then they'll get the glowing effect, so that you know where they are and so you can run and save them. You can get guards, and they'll also run to save them. She took a fair amount of damage there, but hopefully she'll be okay. I think they'll heal overnight. I think it's just about the only way they naturally heal. Here's the merchant. He should now sell us lumberjack and farmer trades. So he's not just selling us food now, he'll also buy logs and crops and things like that. When we get more proficients, he'll offer us more trades. But you can see the farmer's down here doing his job. He hasn't leveled up yet, which I kind of thought he would have, but he has been gathering a lot of crops. He's taking more damage. Hang on. Oh, she was killed. Oh no. Okay, well that's not a good start. I probably need to light the area up a bit better. I thought because they would be inside in the caves most of the time, they would be alright, but maybe I'll set up an area specifically for the lumberjacks so that they don't have to go outside and they're not facing zombies. I do have some emeralds, so I might be able to turn this person into a lumberjack. Where's the tradesman? Here we go. How much does it cost? It's only 3 emeralds, so I can go get some of my emeralds from upstairs, and then turn her into a lumberjack. She won't be as good as the other one, but it is what it is. Okay, well I decided to make this grove or orchard, so that the lumberjack can work here safely without being attacked by zombies. She should keep replanting the saplings. We'll get like a renewable supply. She'll pick them up. They will only harvest oak, birch, spruce, and jungle, I think. I don't think they do acacia, and I don't think they do dark oak. So if I wanted to, I could put some spruce or birch or jungle in as well. But for now, I just want them focusing on one type of wood because I can sell it. That means we'll be getting whole stacks of that instead of like a quarter of each different thing, and so I'll be able to trade a lot faster. I'll go through the AI as well. So you can see here she's got chop the different types of trees, craft the wooden axe. So if there's no better tool in storage, she'll craft up an axe from the wood she harvests. She'll pick up the saplings, and then everyone has this read in library and visit tavern. Now this is very adaptable, so if I only wanted her to do oak, which is all she can do at the moment, but say I had some birch as well, I could turn off all of these, and she will only end up working on oak. And so that allows me to change, like adapt what she does. So if I had a lot of them, I could make one of them do oak farming, one of them do birch, one do jungle, one do spruce, that sort of thing. And we can see here actually she is crafting that wooden axe. The time it takes depends on how long or how high their skill level is. She's only a level 2, so this is going to take her a very long time. But I will put some more tools in here for them because they both need them. The same thing for the farmer. He's got these different things. I don't want him gathering sugarcane because there's none here, and so he might have to go a long way away. But yeah, other than that, everything else is turned on, but I could do the same thing. I could have a potato farmer and a carrot farmer and a... Yeah, so it's a lot more adaptable. I put this gate in so that they're safe when they're in there, because until I get a guard, they're going to be constantly at risk, basically, so I want them to be safe the whole time. Obviously they're not going to plant like the rest of this area, so I need to fill this up first, and then they'll like continue to plant. But they'll chop them down and pick up the saplings and probably deliver them to the storage room. And I let this run for a little while, so we should have, well, maybe a stack of logs if we're lucky. 12 in there, and 39 in there. Okay. I'll put this all in here. We have almost a stack, okay. And 19 wheat. The wheat is pretty useless for us at the moment, because we don't have a chef, and so they're not going to be turning it into bread, and we don't have a rancher, so it's not going to be fed to the animals. So until we get either of those things, the wheat is going to be quite useless. And so if I wanted to, I could actually turn off his harvest and plant wheat, so that he's focusing more on the stuff they can eat. But I actually want to be able to sell it to the merchant as well, so I'll leave it on for now. But yeah, I think that is going to be all for today. It took me a lot of time to get this whole area dug out and then turned into something that's vaguely showable. And so, yeah, this is what we've done today. Obviously, the episodes, well, not obviously, but the episodes will probably come out a bit faster now because they won't take as much effort. This huge room took me quite a long time, and so hopefully all of the other things are going to be smaller, and so I'll be able to get them out more often. I'll keep working towards getting some emeralds for the builds in between, and so I can get the next few villages in the next one. I do want to focus on getting a library up fairly soon. It's very expensive, but that increases the intelligence level of all of the villagers, and so it's very useful to make sure to get early so that your villagers all have fairly high skill. And if I wanted to, I could put an enchanter in there, and they'll enchant items for me, but that's not until later on. I will want at least a blacksmith before then. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for today. Obviously, if you enjoyed it, I'm not going to do the cringy YouTuber stuff, but you know what to do. So yeah. Bye!